Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map, and we'll end with Team 2 on the southwestern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1's front line in the southeast. First, we have in Light Oak Tan, it is Sodani. I think is how you say his name. He is a UEF. He is a 1500. To his northwest, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Waffles New playing as a Seraphim. He is a 2500. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his northwest in Amethyst Purple, it is another UEF. It is Rayla playing as a 2200 again in Amethyst Purple as a UEF. And rounding out Team 1's front line, we have in lighter red pink, it is the Cybern player of Frost Monster. Not, I think, in his customary Snow White. He is a 1300. At least given a name like Frost Monster, you would expect it to be kind of a snowy color scheme there. To his east, we have in Rust, kind of on this nice little hill up here, we have is in Aeon, it is Babel. He is a 1300. And then rounding out Team 1, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Hybrid. He's playing as a Seraphim for this match as a 2100. So over Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 1 Cybern, 1 Aeon, and 2 Seraphim. All of the factions on Team 1 side of the map. Taking a look at Team 2's Northwestern player. First, we have in Ruby Red, it is Strikey4, I think is how you say his name. He is a Cybern. He is a 1200. In Imperial Gray to his east, we have as another Cybern, it is Starly. He is a 2100, again playing as a Cybern. Moving on to his next door neighbor in Batman Gray, we have Dr. Soviet. He's playing as a Cybern as well. He is a 2200. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. And rounding out Team 2, southeastern side, we have in Forest Green the best color, of course. He's running over some trees as we speak. It is Tantal. He's playing as an Aeon as a 1700. Moving on westward, we have in Snow White, it is BRS DCCC 97. He's playing as a Seraphim for this match as a 2100. And rounding out Team 2, we have to the northwest on that nice little hill there, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Buggy Man. He's playing as a Cybern for this match, again as a 1600 in Chevy Crimson. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 0 UEF, 4 Cyberns, 1 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. So all of the factions are represented in the game, just not on each team. And for these 12 players on the map, before they hopefully don't scoop it all up before I get a rough count, currently sitting at 18,000 mass per, not per player, but in total, which is, again, per player, it's 1.5k mass. It's definitely worth talking about and riding home and whatnot. Definitely kind of a void of reclaim here in the middle, and of course over here in the southeast, but pretty much everywhere else there is some reclaim. It does look like for the majority of the reclaim, it does reside in this kind of really hilly, plateauy northwestern corner. It kind of has a, 2 eyes and a face going on over there. So there's going to be probably a little bit of focus, maybe some drops from somebody on each team, maybe trying to drop off some engineers to hurry up and scoop that up as quickly as possible. And really, that's most of the locations of reclaim. There's a little bit, again, in the southeast, but it's mainly in that northwestern corner. And in terms of mexes, to be honest, there's really not a lot in terms of these players to just grab. In terms on the front line, we have 1, 2, 3, yep, 3, and then 4 Trimex positions on the front line. Of course, mirrored for Team 2. There are some mexes semi-shared in the middle of the map, in the middle as well. But we have a large section of the map, or actually 2 large sections, in fact, that have no mexes. You have this southeastern corner right here, and then the northwest corner, bar the couple of mexes there. It's very much devoid. Again, a lot of reclaim here, but after the reclaim's already gutted, there's really not a lot to really go after in terms of investing large amounts of time and resources into that corner of the map. We do see, again, there are some more positions here for both teams to grab, but it's going to probably reside in terms of the more traditional lanes, air quotes, traditional lanes. It'll probably be a lane here, here, because the middle of the map's kind of just the everything. And then the southeastern corner, maybe we'll see some sort of flybys like we see from Team 2's BRS flying a nice little air scout overhead. But I expect for the most part to see travel here and maybe like we see like this or like this. But besides that, it's very much a kind of wasted corners of the map, which is unfortunate, but it does happen from time to time. But we'll see if our players end up devoting any attention to that. I do like how there's just almost a ring going on, or a kind of a layering effect. We have this little plateau here, a lower section, and then another section of walls. So it's just somebody really, if they wanted to hide out in that corner, land units are not going to get near them. We do see a couple of gun upgrades now starting for our players in the middle of the map. I think I saw, yep, Waffles Doom goes for his gun. We have Dr. Soviet going for his gun. We have Team 2's Strikey in the northwest going for his gun. And then anybody else on Team 2 and Team 1 going for gun or upgrades? I think that's it. BRS is traversing the map a little bit. He's moving towards the more Team 1 side, but he is pretty much in that, again, quad section mechs thingamajig. It's not really a quad mechs because they're very spread out, but I mean, there's no other mexes nearby, so there's 4 mexes or a quad mex. It's kind of tomato potato at that point. Western side, we do see stealth upgrade here for Dr. Soviet. And it looks like we have some forces from Team 1 surrounding Starly's commander. He doesn't have gun on board, but there's not as many as I really thought that there was going to be to try to maybe kill him off, but he gets out of there. You do see that Team 1's Rayla pulls their forces back anyways, knowing that that wasn't really going to work. We do see Team 1's Waffles Doom now claiming the middle of the map. Barriers that get a little bit of mass out of that section of mexes there, but again, not going to last that much longer. I will say this game takes almost an hour in terms of replay time, but I do know that there's a lot of slowdown towards the latter half of the replay. While I was making sure that it worked, I saw the little counter in the northeast corner. It was like -2 at some point, or the sim speed was at -2, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we should see a lot of stuff happening towards the latter half of the map. Hopefully good stuff. Hopefully. We'll see. Maybe just a lot of T1 spam running around. I highly doubt that, but you never know. Gun upgrade started for Starly right after that. Encounter with Rayla's forces. Team 2 on the northwest side pushing in with Strikey's commander. Almost like I'm saying Psyche Cave, if you've ever seen that anime. He's pushing into that Trimex position again. Team 1's going to lose out on a little bit of mexes there, but I feel like T2 land probably going to be on the cards here shortly. Yep, it is. So we might hold that position for a little bit, but I feel like he will get pushed out shortly. We also see Frost Monsters actually over here to the northwest. He's falling back to intercept because, again, there's not really a lot of action going down on this vector on that northwestern corner besides just a couple of raids one way or the other. We do see Team 2's Striking now being surrounded by Mantis forces from Team 1's Frost Monster. Nice little counter maneuver there. We see gunships inbound from Raylo coming in to thin out the reinforcements for Strikey. Strikey falls into the yellow, and the forces from Frost pull back. He is at 2-star vet. I mean, they might have been able to kill him off, but maybe they don't want to give him even more veterancy. Raylo could have kept their gunships there and maybe kill him off, but maybe they don't want to kill somebody off this early in the game. Again, we are talking about this game where we have the lowest rated player is 1200 being Strikey, and then the highest rated is 2500. So we kind of have 320 is 2000 pluses for each team, and then 12 to 1700 rated for each team. So we have somewhat of a range of skill levels, and so maybe Team 1 was thinking, well, if we kill him off, then maybe BRS, maybe Dr. Soviet, maybe Starly gets another base, and that's 2 bases for them, and that can kind of snowball things. So they're being very choosy, very deliberate with who they kill off, when they kill off, at least in this early game. Because, again, there is that trend we have seen in other games where you kill somebody off too early, and that another player on that team gets another base, that jumpstarts their eco, they get a game ender, nuke, something online pretty early, and it just kind of doesn't really work out. So they're being very, very hesitant on who they kill, when they kill, and is it a good opportunity. We do see the forces from, are those Starly's forces? Those are Starly's forces moving in. Dr. Soviet hanging out. And a strap bomber already online, 12 minutes from Team 1's Babel. T3 Air is online for Team 2, producing, I think, ASFs as we speak. Looks like the bomber's out just a little bit sooner than maybe Team 2 expected. Interceptors from Starly, not Starly, but Dr. Soviet moving in. Bomb drops, lands on the water, but does AoE splash onto Dr. Soviet's commander. It's going to take a couple more bombs to kill him off. And those interceptors have caught up and intercepted that bomber. Bomber is shot down. It is shot down on Team 1's side of the map. We'll get some reclaim back from that, but does put Team 2 on a little bit of alert that there is a strap bomber running, or there was a strap bomber running around. Team 1 is at T3 Air, and they need to watch out for any sort of issues in the air. We do see that Team 1's commanders are actually relatively falling back. Team 2, bar really a lot of support on the ground. We have Starly gun stealth, Buggyman gun stealth, and we have Dr. Soviet gun stealth. So the 3 cyber commanders in the middle all have gun stealth online. The other cyber commander for Team 2, Strikey, has gun and no stealth. Eastern side, or towards the eastern side, BRS has gun, and then Team 2, Tantel, has gun, speed, / range as well. So everybody on Team 2 has gun. Team 1, gun online for Shodani. We have gun online for Waffles going for T2. He's taking a beating, but he has some T3 lanyards online, so he should be fine. Gun range started now for Babel. Rayla, no upgrades online as of yet. And then Frost, we have gun online for him. So everybody on Team 2 has gun. Team 1, I'd say 66%, I think. So not all of them, but enough to where Team 1's being a little bit hesitant. We do see, again, nano repair now started here for Waffles Tomb after that influx of hit points from the T2 engineering suite upgrade. And range now down for Babel in the middle as well. We do see some action in the western side. Team 1's Frost Monster starting to run over a couple of mexes for Strike. He needs to shore up defenses over there on that western side because he's kind of bleeding. And we also see that Trimex position. Actually, that's a dual mex, not even a Trimex position. I thought that was a Trimex. 1, 2. What? There's 1, 2, 3 mexes there. Am I blind in the sense that the unit is on top of the reclaim? That would make way more sense. Like, there's definitely a Trimex position there, but the unit is on top of it. And the first com action that at least the caster noticed has made an appearance. It is Dr. Soviet versus Sodani, and we could have seen maybe com between Waffles and Dr. Soviet just because of how low hit points he was, maybe, but. Again, I didn't catch it, so I apologize if it was that. But again, it has been noted at some point that com action has occurred, at least, if not before, 15 minutes. Stealth started now for Striking on the western side, getting more hit points from that. Probably will go for Nano, maybe not go for Nano. We do see a counterattack is inbound from him. A couple of Loyalists inbound. Mantis are going to try to put up a fight, but again, the Loyalists do have EMP weapons. They are T1 units, so not really that much of an issue to deal with for those type of units for Team 2. But, again, 1,000 of anything kill anything, so always overestimate your opponent, and that way you will never be not overwhelmed. I don't know, just you won't assume that they're doing worse than they actually are, or doing... Yeah, your expectations will be... anyway, where I was going with that point is that always overestimate your opponent. That way you're not underestimating them. I think that's probably what I was trying to get at. We have Waffles Nib again. Gun, Nano, and T2 on board. No Advanced Nano. I think it's a little too early for Advanced Nano at this point. And Buggyman, Gun, and Stealth only. We do see Waffles is not getting hit by those bricks. Overcharge inbound does hit Buggyman's commander, and I think Waffles Noob will fall back. Maybe he'll think about maybe going for Advanced Nano now. And we have Nano, speaking of which, going for Dr. Soviet in this little pond here. Couple of water spots in the map. Not a lot, but enough to maybe hide a comment for a little bit, but nothing really, really too long. Maybe we'll see big boat, small pond, at least in a cruiser technology situation, but probably that's about it. We do see some Loyalists inbound now to counterattack this position from Frost Monster. So Team 2 lost the one on the western side, and now Team 1 is going to lose the one on the northeastern side, or northwestern side, or the eastern side of the northeast. And we see some forces inbound. A couple of Rhinos mixed in, as well as some Vipers. Vipers are going to be useful at close range. We do see some gunships as well inbound from Rayla to assist. Team 2, do you have any other players in air? T3 land, T3 air, land. We have a T2 air facility online for Dr. Soviet and for... Ooh, that's actually upgrading the T3 for Starly. Interesting. That's a frontline air headquarters that really don't see that often. Usually you would think maybe Buggyman would go for the airplay, but I guess not. Maybe he'll build something over here. Who knows? At least he does have an air facility online for some passive air scouting collection. T3 air, of course, online for Team 1's Babel, and we have one online for Hybrid. So 2 air players for Team 1 confirmed. Maybe, oh no, 3 air players confirmed for Team 1. Strat Bomber coming online for Rayla. Really starting to hammer home the air advantage, I think, for Team 1. Team 2, again, only has that one T3. Second one will be online shortly, but they are behind in that air game. And I hear that Strat Bomber. Where is it? I heard the whistle. Where is it? I don't see it on scroll. Oh, there it is right there. There is one right there. Oh, there's another one dropping bombs. So, oh yeah, over here to the west, we have another Strat Bomber inbound to assist with forcing those loyalists back. We have ASFs moving into shield. Team 2, not really that many ASFs online as of yet. Again, 2v1, eventually you're just going to get outproduced. It's just kind of the nature of the beast unless that one player has double or so base. It's 2-to-1 base doesn't really work out long term. Nano almost done for Dr. Soviet in the middle. And we have Waffles Noob getting a nice little shield base online with some nice little stealth fields next door assisted by Babel. He's going for a little bit more stealth field here. And trying to kind of PD creep with stealth tech, which is interesting because we have one there and one there. I don't know what his plan is. It's Team 1. Team 1 can see Team 1. That would make sense. We have that brick wall slowly inbound T2 PD being built. Maybe they're trying to want to build some aggressive Team 1 PD or T2 PD maybe. And that's why. I don't know. Looks like it didn't work the second time, but again, this place is shielded enough. We have Strat Bombers inbound. They're going to spread out the damage. Nice little bit of possible hover bombing, or at least, immediate cooling of the jets to not allow the AA from Team 2 to rip apart the bombers, which that one does get away, but did take some damage nonetheless. Team 1 is up to 5 Strat Bombers from Rayla. Laser, 20 minutes on the clock, not even, has been started for Frost Monster, and it's going up decently quick for not even 20 minutes. Looks like it's paused no, it's still going just slowly. It went up pretty quickly. Maybe he's low on mass, maybe? Oh, yeah. I think he was cleaning out his mass bar, and it just wasn't enough to get him to almost 20%. I haven't seen any more upgrades here for Team 2 as of yet. In terms of southeastern side, again, not really a whole lot. We are seeing a little bit, maybe, of some action this way, but fire basing, eastern side. I think these two players are just going to focus more on their main bases than what's on the front line. We do see Strat Bombers now going after more of the bricks. Maybe they killed off a bouncer or two that was nearby. Flak, I think, did grab one of the bombers, but still Team 2 is being bombarded. We have another Strat Bomber outbound from Babel, so that's his, I think, second one. And that shocker is going to get out of there. Maybe surprising to him, maybe a shocker to him, maybe, or us. But he does get out of there. We do see another... Again, they're going after engineers, which is fine. As long as the Strat Bomber doesn't die, I don't have not necessarily an issue with it, but I feel like there's better targets to go after. It's one of those things where, yeah, it's a Strat Bomber. It's nice. You can just, keep just blowing stuff up, but because they cost a decent amount, if you start losing too many of them with not a lot of gain from it, it's not really worth the continue. Let's just go after T2 units, T1 units, reclaiming engineers, that sort of thing. Raz started here for Starly on that little pond there. Is he even he's not even in the water all the way. He's just hanging out. Just trying to dip in the pond. We do see a very, very small pond. We do see Laser almost done for Frost. Maybe he'll go for cloaking. I don't know about that. Just because you need a decent amount of power to run the cloaking. Also, it's 21 minutes on the clock. Is it really worth the cloaking yet? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe teleporter would be better, but again, that also costs a lot of power, so maybe he just wants to have at least half of the telemaser ready, just in case. Again, he's the only Cybran for Team 1. Team 2 has 4 of them, so the possibility that Team 2 has a telemacer at some point is high. It's not confirmed, but it's definitely high. Brass now started for Rayla in the middle, again, assisted by maybe some shielding, T2PD to protect himself. Again, not really any issues doing that. One, because he's underneath shielding, and two, because there's really not a lot of action from Team 2 to really warrant him falling back. We see he's really focusing on stuff that can attack ground units, either gunship variety or bomber variety. And then Team 1's Babel and Hybrid are focusing more on the ASF department. Which, speaking of ASFs, we have a fight between 3 Air Force's strat bombers are not going to get away. And we see Team 2 actually, not to say win the air fight, but at least the ASFs that did engage between Starly and BRS for Team 2 and then Hybrid of Team 1. They did win that fight for the most part, but they do, again, lose the overall fight. There was a little bit of AA on the ground, so that helps out a smidgen. But again, it's not a lot of T3 AA, so it's eh. And they weren't facing gunships, which we saw there was a lot of flak there, so it would have been better if they were gunships, but you know, any little bit helps because it's better than nothing. We see some broadswords shooting the water. I don't know what that was about. Maybe they're trying to ground fire these bricks that are in the water. Maybe that's what was going on, but it didn't work because some of them survived, but they're there now and they're not going anywhere, and if they did, they die. Drop bomber inbound, drops a payload, actually kills off his own gunship and then moves out of the way and said, yeah, it's probably a better idea if I just pull him back. Chicken online for Waffles Noob. Do we have early Monkey Lords from Team 2? Anybody? No. We have a Crab, so he skips Monkey, goes straight for Crab. We have P-Gens, more P-Gens, and that's about it. Yeah, it seems about it. Large air grid now started here for BRS. Air grid expanding upon for Team 1. I do like all the air staging facilities just to refuel, rearm, and repair. And we have essentially a decentralization air grid for Babel, which I also like to see, so there's not an overall cascade of the entire air complex. Missile inbound from Team 1. Stationary. Yep, there it is. Yithis. I think it's a Yithis is how you say that. And then we have T2 artillery being built also to help us secure a nice little position in the middle. We have Team 2 over here to the west doing a similar thing, but a little bit more facility-minded in terms of producing units. More of them back here for Buggy Man. We do have some emplacements here, at least for shielding at a bare minimum. Missile inbound. Don't know what that was going for. I don't know if Dr. Soviet was the target or not. I don't even know if Team 1 knows where he is. They do not. So I have no idea what they were shooting at with the missile, but maybe they're trying to get further by. Who knows? Was that what? Yep, that is. Team 1 Cyber Naval Facility started here for Dr. Soviet. Maybe it's just for engineers, but he could go for Salem's. He could go for Salem's out of that thing. That would be interesting. If he goes for T2, he's going for Salem's. If he doesn't, he might just go for engineers. Maybe it's give him a minute to recognize that it's actually done. Raz started here for Team 1's Waffles. He trades out his gun for more income. Definitely don't blame him there. Chicken donated over to Sudani. That way they can micro them a lot better than having, I think Waffles Noob was doing it. We have Gun and T2 on board. And I will note there is some communication in the chat. There's not a whole lot, which does beg the question that these players are probably on some Discord call. Again, there is some, so it's not maybe entirely true, but I don't know that 100%. I just make a educated guess given the situation. Team 2 wall sections kind of are annoying for Team 1, but not really, because they're just going around, but they are still taking some time to do that. We do have Frost Monster. Again, Nano, Gun, and Laser online. No cloaking and no teleporter, which means Team 2 can see them. And Team 2 know, I mean, I guess they don't know that the teleporter's on board, but he can't just scurry away really quickly. It's not how that works without a teleporter. We do see Chicken is engaged in the southeastern side. A couple of bricks did meet an untimely fate there. We have T2PD trying to be scrambled immediately by Tantal. We do have a GC, and the Chicken goes, probably not. If the Chicken gave the GC a hug, then it'd be more of a mutually assured destruction situation, but probably not a good idea. At least at this stage, you really want to, have at least maybe 2 chickens for every 1 GCs, or at least have a little bit more numerical advantage, but this early, it's not terrible. They're like, oh, we won't take the fight. It's fine. We'll just build up another chicken or two and call it a day. Which, speaking of chicken, that is a fat boy, not a chicken, but Sodani building their own experimental, and there is another chicken started for Waffles Noob. Did he send? He did send one this way, so it looks like he's sending one that way. Looks like his another one is going that way, so he just sent one for the eastern front for some protection. And this force is slowly inching their way closer, and we have counter laser started for Strikey. So we have 2 lasers now soon to be in the game. Both of them on the northwestern side of the map. No cloaking and no teleporter for them as of yet at 26 minutes. And I will note, nobody has died. And it's 26 minutes. We love to see that. We also love to see players reach the end of the game, or all of them would like to reach the game, but that doesn't end the game. That doesn't really happen. Very rarely it doesn't happen. I think we've had one game on the cast where nobody died, and I think nobody got shot at by one of the other players in terms of Combi-Com action. And it was a ladder match, I believe. So, it's very rare, but it does happen. Rash started for Sodani. I think, is that a gun trade? It is a gun trade out. It's gun, a RAS for gun. And we do see BRS has a RAS on board. Gets 33 mass per second, which is very, very good. Considering a T3 mix can give 27 single ringed, and then I think if you add up all the other T2 mass fabs around it, you get a little over that. I think it's 35 is the number, I believe, because it's 27 plus 8. I think it's 2, 4. Yeah, I think it's 8. I can do math, I promise. Yeah, it's 35 is the number. Chicken moving this way. Looks like trying to shore up defenses over here. We do see a fat boy moving into the middle, so we see in a little bit of a thinning of the line, which is good and bad. Good news is they cover a larger breadth of the map. Bad news is that if one encounter from team 2 really hits one side, they don't have as much firepower to bring to bear, and then you can have a feint where you have forces over here, and this force goes this way, and this force goes this way, and it's a whole thing. But I think for the most part, both teams are scouting pretty well. This is what Team 1 can see on Team 2's side of the map. They have Omni online. Team 2, this is what they can see on Team 1's side of the map. Definitely, I think they need to get a little bit more scouting, but it does look like they have an Omni somewhere at least. Maybe not necessarily in the middle of the map like Team 1's, but it is a little bit further back. And Awasa Bomber online, 28 minutes on the clock. That is some bouncer firepower from Team 2, and that shield does hold. Units underneath are fine, and air fight does happen. There is, again, T3 AA bouncers nearby, so they have some decent AA on board. We do see some ASFs inbound from Starling. We have some restorers inbound with their AA capabilities as well. The bomber does get, not necessarily out of range, but does get out of the fight, but Team 1 loses the air fight. And that bomber is unfortunately going to have a bad day today. Does land on Team 1's side of the map, so there's the consolation prize there, but they got one payload off, didn't really kill anything, and that was it. So not great for Team 1, but again, they do get the reclaim, so at a bare minimum, they get most of their mass, not all of it, but most of it back. Northwestern side, we have Team 2's laser equipped commander of Striker versus Team 1's laser equipped commander of Frost, who has another laser equipped nonsense next to him. Nice little monkey lord. And I think he might see that. He might not see that. I don't know, because he's moving in, and I don't know if he... No, he notices. I think he noticed. Yeah, he notices, so he's backing up. Definitely the smart play there. The monkey lord will beat a laser commander. He just will. Or it will. So, yeah, good call. At least on a head-to-head fight. 29 minutes on the clock. Team 2 and Team 1 tied at Eco. That is not 7,000 mass. They do not have a Paragon. If I did miss that, that's an apology from me. But no way they have a Paragon this quickly. This is when players start to think about how to end the game. And nobody has died. So same amount of Eco roughly. Same amount of players left alive. And that's... I mean, it's pretty much been about it. A lot of jostling. A little bit of some action in terms of the Southeast with a bomber and some T4 bombers, T3 bombers, some air fights. But realistically, it's been a lot of, okay, I pushed a little bit. Okay, I fall back a little bit. Okay, they push a little bit. Okay, they fall back a little bit. It's really not a lot of very kinetic environments, and there is still stuff happening, but it's not okay. There's 6 GCs versus 5 chickens, and they're just slamming into one another. We're not at that stage yet, but we're closing in on that stage for those like myself that do enjoy those large land battles with large amounts of experimentals. We have in the middle, we have 3 chicken plus a monkey lord. A monkey lord. I cannot talk today, can I? That's a fat boy is what that is. That is an ice cream sandwich just waiting to be eaten. T2 started on board Buggy Man. Team 2 does have 1 crab. Numbers not favoring Team 2 in terms of experimental, so they're putting more of that into eco. Not a little bit, 2.6, 2.7 to 2.5. A little bit of pausing going down there a minute ago, but I think everybody's happy about it. Just a smidgen of a break, get some water, get a snack, go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. SMD being built earlier rather than later. Definitely a smart move. We have a couple of them now coming online for Team 2. Same thing should be happening for Team 1. Yep, there's one there. Another bomber has been started for Waffles. Air grid having an interesting shape, and I hear chicken fire. There it is. We have 3 chickens and that Fat Boy assistance inbound. We have missiles inbound going after T. Never mind. The missile's not going to hit anything, so I can just shove it, I guess. We have, again, an air grid over here. And an air grid expanding out this way. It's kind of like a nice little boot. Or a... I don't even know what kind of symbol that is. It kind of looks like a boot. Very thick boot. We have Corsairs inbound from Team 2 Starly to assist. And the crab not looking too great, but not looking too bad either. Again, it's 3 chickens and a fat boy shooting roughly at him, so it's not terrible. Bricks inbound. Another crab is being built by Buggy. And first chicken is down. The reclaim game is on Team 2 side of the map this time, so that's something that Team 1 will have to take into account because, again, is it worth the kills? Maybe if they kill off enough, but if they just breach the perimeter a little bit, it's probably not a lot there to really be worth, you know, losing 3 chickens. I don't think they'll lose the fat boy. Who knows? Maybe something crazy might happen. We have another bomber inbound. Team 2's ASFs went that away. That gives a perfect opportunity for the bomber to make a nice little explosion in this little Trimex position. Those mexes are gone. That stuff is gone. ASFs are inbound, and it goes right through the ASF forward from Team 1. And ASFs, oh, do they turn around? Yes, they do. And again, there's some AA, a lot of Team 1 AA just lined up, and Team 2's Air Force just got annihilated by Team 1's. Looks like there's more AA inbound also from those restorers. Northwestern side, we have some forces now inbound from Buggy Man and Frost Monster, trying to keep them at bay with his dual laser, one on board his comm and one on board that monkey lord that was there. Gunships inbound to assist from Team 1's Rayla. That should be more than enough. We do see Cloaking's also online for Frost, so that's going to help out a ton, keeping him alive. But he's going to be fine, at least for the smidgen of time. And then I look back. Is he good? Okay, he's good. Because every time I say that, it's good. I'm like, oh, I missed a comm. Kill. Dang it. But Cloaking plus laser says strikey, so he's pointing that out to Team 2. We do see some more forward momentum for Team 1 along the middle of the map here. They're going for Dr. Soviet's base. Starly's over here. Looks like that crab is almost done. Fat Boy trying to prevent its construction, but no. We do see the monkey lord now moving in a little bit in and around this little hill mountain thingamajiggy. Chicken turns around and goes, oh no. And there's 2 experimentals shooting at him, and that's going to be enough time to make a difference and maybe saving that crab that was being built. But look, there's another bomb inbound. It's going to land right on top of that crab, speaking of which, lands right on top of that T3 mech as well, kills off that. It does take a decent amount of damage. T3 land headquarters barely online, I will note. Ooh, that was... and it's, again, the passive AA, not passive AA, that's the passive regen that these cyber facilities get. That's probably what kept that thing alive. Because, again, at 1 HP, it operates at 100% effectiveness, at least in terms of, you know, the normal operation of it. Team 2, 34 minutes on the clock. Do you have an idea how to win this game? Oh. That's an idea. Love the extra shielding. It's not even close to the yellow yet, but the yellow has been started. I highly doubt Team 1 is aware of it this early, but you never know. No, they have no idea. And then Team 1, are you up to anything interesting? No, I hear that bomber dropping another payload. Where is it? It's up here to the northwest. There's really nothing left. And they are killing off engineers trying to get reclaimed, so that's something. What in the world are you doing up here? We have missile launcher inbound for something. Don't know what he's doing up there. Does Team 1 notice him? No, they do not. So there is that. And 34, almost 35 minutes on the clock. We have Team 2's Dr. Soviet with a little bit of a sneaky play. He has teleporter on board. Doesn't have anything else. Just teleport and T3 engineering suite. Building a bunch of missile launchers to just spam up some firepower on somebody. Maybe he's looking for a kill. Does he know where anybody is? No, we have a recall order, I guess, from somebody on Team 2. That's, I think, going to fail given the time left on it. Surprised that Team 2 is trying to recall at least at this point. And 35 minutes, there is a Billy Nuke on the case. Team 1's Rayla is the one that would have it, and he does. Well, actually, so Donnie could have it, but he's over here, so the high likelihood is low. He went for shield instead of Billy Nuke. But this base is now gone. We do have Fat Boy. Chicken is killed off. Team 1's ASF are getting bigger and bigger in terms of numbers. And is Team 1 building another bomber? They are at some point going to finish it. Looks like a little bit more focus on land units, I think. And Team 2 might have a surprise for Team 1 in the books. They're cooking those books. Let's see if they can make that accounting favor them. We do see a crab is being reclaimed because they know it's not going to be finished in time. There's a monkey lord there. I thought there was another crab here. Maybe that's that one. No, that's not the same one. Maybe not, but we have another Billy Nuke inbound. We have an artillery piece that's actually being reclaimed. I was actually pretty... At that point, you might as well just finish it because it is pretty far along. And I will note, it's reclaiming pretty quickly. And I don't know if it's because the YOLO that's being built. I don't know. Team 1... Oh, he teleported out of there. Or, sorry, Team 2 teleported out of there. Missiles are away. I don't know what the move order is going on. Oh, it looks like some units transferring over thing. Missiles are inbound. Looks like maybe going after hybrid. We have some caution pings going down from him. Looks like some missiles are spreading out for maybe some maximum damage with some P-gens. Looks like what's the targets? Team D probably going to get spammed up. Yep, we see that now. And again, they are Cybrid missiles, which means they do split nonetheless. That one actually impacts that structure. That's unfortunate because that doesn't cascade. We have ASFs moving in to claim the skies and maybe get hit by a... oh, are they actually... No, they're not. This Team D being built. I thought someone was... they were getting hit by the missiles, but we have a bomber with a bunch of other T3 bombers. The comm's not there anymore, but just in case. It's a smart move on Dr. Soviet. Sag. Yeah, it's definitely Sag. On his part, he launched them after he left and not while he was there. Because you bet if he was still there, he might not have made it home. And that would have been the first kill of the game. We have Billy Nuke inbound for these bricks, and the bricks are trying to swarm this nice little crab that just wanted to go and have some fun. But no fun for it, and it's going to get killed off and maybe reclaimed by Team 2. In terms of reclaim, I don't make a note about that. Team 1 is getting the lion's share of the reclaim. It's not doubled out of Team 2, but it's 140, almost 1,000. It's a lot to be ahead. In terms of total mass accrued, Team 1, essentially it's about that reclaim. That's the difference between the two. It's you know, pretty darn close in terms of that. Has that YOLO going along. Dr. Soviet actually falls back to this position. YOLO is almost in the green. It's about to cross into it. Is that a shield going off? That is a shield going... Why is the shield going offline? Oh, because there's T3 artillery online. Where's that coming from? That's coming from over here. 2 T3 artillery emplacements are online, and Team 1 is aware of the YOLO. Yep, Game Ender has been spotted. They probably don't know what it is. They just assume with whatever's going down there, that's probably what that is, and they are correct. Oh, maybe they did see it at one point. I don't know. Oh no, if they saw it, then it would be there. So it's not there. They just assume it's there. That artillery piece get fully reclaimed? Yes, it did. And it looks like they funneled it into crabs. So Yeah, I guess with the 4 chickens, it's probably better to go for crabs than artillery, as much as I like to see artillery. Cloaking started now for striking on the western side. Going to try to hold off the front line over there. Again, has to be careful. Again, even at 38 minutes, if Team 1 sends in a couple of spy planes or whatnot, it's not going to be fun. So it has to be very cautious with how far he traverses. But we have one Monkey Lord leading the charge against 4 chickens. This chicken focusing on him. The other chicken's now starting to focus on him. The first chicken is dead before the Monkey Lord dies. Crab will kill off the second one there. Probably kill off the third one there. Brick's moving in to secure more and more kills here for Team 2. And Tickle Cannons helping as best they can. Again, they are Tickle Cannons, but it's something Yola newly done, says Sodani. And we have a Billinick lands on top of Starly's old position. He was standing right there, but he got out of there. He would have survived. It would have been close. I think he might have actually been killed by it. Maybe. I forget exactly how much damage the Bill Nuke does, but it does at least 5-digit 10k or so hit points. I think it's 10 and a half, I think. But I could be wrong. Bill Nuke lands to the northwest, not yet. Maybe we'll see if I can try to track. Oh, no, there's some TMD. Nope, it is denied. Reclaim is on the way. But Team 1 says, I didn't say you could do that. I didn't say the magic word. And there went that effort for Team 2 to reclaim. Does kill off a little bit of the reclaim as well. But again, Team 1's thought process is either we can't have it. So if we can't have it, you can't have it. So yeah. Some mass fabs going down. Some P-gens going down. I think that was an air. Yeah, there was an air facility there. I think that was the other T3 air headquarters that I mentioned. Both Starly and Buggyman are out of there. And I think Team 1's rather saying go straight this way, to not go this way. Just go for... Apologies for that. I hit my Windows key. Did not mean to do that. On my other setup, the Windows key doesn't do anything when I play, or when I record a cast. So that's fun to know. Anyway, lots of emphasis on the YOLO, which is now done. And Bomber inbound, going after just more stuff for Team 2. A couple of ASFs die in explosions, so there's that. ASFs do get in behind the Bomber. They heavily damage him. Do they get him? No, they don't get him. Barely 6,000 hit points remaining, but yeah, Awasa Bomb on shield can kill ASFs. That is the thing. It's high enough with that increased height when it hits the shielding. That's enough to kill some ASFs off. It's kind of nice if you're going after the ASFs, and not nice if you have the ASFs. Do see a nuke is inbound from... Oh, is that the first YOLO? That is the first YOLO inbound, and it immediately goes for the artillery. Does Team 1 have... Well, they have a lot of built. They have a lot of loaded. Ooh, only 2. They might be able to last one more. So this one, and then the next one, and then the following one. So number 3 will probably be enough to overwhelm the defenses, but that's number 2. Is it going for the same location, which it is? So that's going to be number 2 that they actually may not be able to deny just straight up. This one actually might have... I thought these 2 would be reloaded in time. I guess not. Teleporter started for Buggyman. We have another bomber online for Team 1. This one, again, heavily damaged. Still gets a bomb drop. This one's still going after engineers. Northwestern side owned by Team 1, but again, not a lot of mexes, but they are getting some T3s out of it, so that might be worth just sending a couple of gunships to go say hi from Team 2's eyes. Again, teleporter started for Buggy. Gonna keep an eye on that. First telemazer is on the cards here. We've had teleporter, and we've had laser and nano. Actually, we did have that, but laser and cloaking. Did Team 1's SMDs get loaded in time? Nope. Nope. That's going to be an unfortunate sight for Team 1. That is a base for Shodani. Eco is going to go down a little bit, but Team 1 is 3.4 to 2.7, so heavily in favor of Team 1. They're going to lose 2 artillery, though, so that's going to hurt. Another YOLO is inbound. Maybe the same location. Maybe not, but as we say, boom. Hey, a T3 land headquarters is fine. It's fine. Look. Oh, and it's gone. Never mind. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. but it does happen from time to time. Is it? Oh, I was going to say, is that Team 1's nuke? Nope, it's not. Teleporter is almost done. Looks like we have a lot of SMDs here trying to cut the SMD off, the nuke off at the knees in the middle of the map, because usually you go for the main base, is not what's on the front line, but Team 2 noticed that might be their target, which it is, and that's gonna kill all of that stuff off. It was a nice attempt. They also have a nice little soothsayer online, but that nuke is gonna wipe that soothsayer off the map. There's Team 1's viewpoint, and it's gone. And the radius of the vision is gone, and of course, that's another section of SMDs gone. We have some here. We have some here. We have a couple of... Ooh, we have a scath that's being built, and that's actually over and a half done. That's nice to see. Team 1 has a plan to deal with that. And yes, I saw you, YOLO. I just saw the beginnings of it. I saw the little hologram icon. We have a counter YOLOing soon to occur. We have a Billy nuke going to land here against Waffles noob's position. 42 minutes on the clock. Teleporter is done for Buggy Man. And that YOLO should be shot down, I believe. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. There it is. No, no, no. And yes, no, and no. So he's going to be able to probably get rid of... Probably, I said 2 if not 3 for this one. I'll probably say 2 if not 3 for this one as well. And another Billy nuke lands to the west. That's from Rayla. He's up there to the northwest. They're getting on a transport. Team 2 is aware of it, but they don't have any ASFs to shoot him down, so they know it. Just can't really do anything about it. Does he teleport yet? I'm just keeping track because I know he's going to teleport when I'm not looking. And then I'm going to be annoyed that I missed it. Not annoyed, just frustrated with myself that I missed it. And this one going to get up to probably 2 before the nuke sails overhead. We have 2 that are pretty close. This one's not loaded. This one's not loaded. So again, like I said, 2, maybe 3, and there might be, again, more overlap up here. We have more SMDs that are up there. We have a couple of them that are loaded as well. So down here, we're building as we speak. And not really a whole lot from Team 2 over there. Looks like maybe full emphasis on YOLO might be on the cards. We do see some PD heavily being built by... Actually, that's Dr. Soviet's stuff. Did he get... You got that transferred over to him, which I don't know what the logic is with that, but if it works better that way, then there you go. 1 and 2 actually might be maybe enough SMD for Team 1 to hold out for at least a decent while, unless artillery starts come knocking on their door. Speaking of artillery, do we see any of that on the cards? No, 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 no. I do hear the nuke. Is that no, that's an air facility. No, I don't see artillery coming online for Team 2 as of yet. We did see that one that was here, but got reclaimed. Oh, okay, that's something. Scathis has been started for Buggy Man. Needs to shield that even more, but he has started that. Does Team 2 know about Team 1's Scathis? No, they do. Oh, they might find out here soon. Did Buggy Man teleport in yet? Or go anywhere with it? Nope. Okay. Just making sure. Look, we're at -1 so far, 43 minutes on the clock. We're still about 15-ish minutes, so plenty of time for more crazy nonsense to happen, but also for the game to go even slower. We'll see how low it can go. I think the lowest I've seen is -3. I think that's the lowest I've seen. Nah, yeah, -4 seems too... Yeah, it's too low. I think it's -3. And artillery has been started by Team 2's BRS to get some more, indirect weapon systems on board, shooting at Team 1, shielding most likely the SMDs, of course. Scath is going to start down here. Another YOLO. It's going to be YOLOs all day, every day for Team 2 until probably the end of the game, or unless it blows up. And Team 1 again does have their YOLO being built. It's in the 25% mark now in the yellow. Team 2 maybe is aware of it. They are aware of it. And... there are a couple of spy planes getting some readouts. Oh, the Scathis is... Where is it going? Well, it's moving. I don't know where it's going, but it's... Oh, do not go through... Well, again, I guess there's no artillery, so that's not that bad of an idea. It looks like it's going to go this way? Huh. Oh, it's going to... Hey, look at that. It's going to avoid the very explosive nonsense that's right there, so definitely a smart move. Tons of strats online for Team 1. I don't know if they can pierce the AA grid for Team 2. They might be able to, but they would take heavy losses on their way there. They would need probably, I would want to say double, but definitely triple that at a bare minimum. And first and second one? Yep, first and second one is now launched. Nope. Not going to be enough to wipe out Waffles Noob himself and his base. Buggy Man, are you teleporting? Okay, he is teleporting. Okay, there it is. Where is he going? He's going eastward. Or actually east by southeast. So not the direction I thought it was going, but at least I'm aware of it now. YOLO, again, is inbound for Waffles Noob's base. He's really just being the punching bag now that Sodani has been wiped off the map. He's still there. He still has stuff running around, but for all intents and purposes, when you're in a game at 3k mass and 2.8k mass, having 100 it's something, but not a lot percentage-wise. And Hybrid talking about something. Literally, oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea what he's going on about. Yeah, I must have missed some conversation about something. Right here, the bomb being dropped. And there he is. He's over there. Okay, he's teleporting again. Where is he going? He's going eastward again. Okay, he's going to go there, and he's going to teleport there. He's going to wipe out SMDs. It looks like there's TMD being built. There's no a lot. Well, actually, there's no PD, in fact. There's just ASFs there. 1 and 2 have been shot down, or shot up to shoot down. And Buggy Man's going to teleport again. He's going to go for killing off SMD. There's 1, 2 there. Again, plus all that. He's going to teleport immediately away and then back home. It's going to be a quick in and out job. Let's see if that actually happens for him. 45 minutes on the clock. Another YOLO is inbound, of course, from, of course, Team 2. Yep, just takes... Again, it is -1. Oh, no, there it is. -2. There it is. And there's Buggy Man. First SMD is down. Second SMD is down. And we have nothing really else important here. Air staging facilities, but that's not really important. We have spy planes getting a readout at the front line for Team 1. We have, oh my, strat bombers. Yeah, his quick in and out job is not quick enough, I suppose. And there he goes, just annihilated by Team 1's bombers, both T3 and T4 alike. And none of them do blow up in that explosion. In terms of the bombers, so the first kill of the game occurs, and the nuke. Oh, it's not enough. Oh, it is enough. Oh, that was. That's not a good sign for Team 1 because those SMDs are depleting, and they almost got to the base there. That was very, very close. We have Waffles Noob over there hanging out next to some pigeons. Probably not the best place to stand, but Scathis is now firing. It looks like Frost Monster thought this place wasn't great for protection, so he moved it over here, get some help from Rayla, and now they're building more shielding to protect it. Definitely a smart move there. Pool those resources together. Smart move. Scathis now starting here for Dr. Soviet. We have, of course, this base now under the control of Dr. Soviet. Probably going to maybe cancel one of those Scathis and work on one of them. But the yellow is inbound. I mean, there's a lot of them that are close, but none of them that are loaded that I see. These ones might be able to... Oh, there's 2 there. That might be enough. That might be close enough, depending on how low it goes. Definitely don't put your ASFs there. Let's see. First and second launch, so still the base is fine, but it's... a lot of the SMDs are depleted. Not looking good. We have not a lot of attacks on the front line for Team 1 or Team 2. They're really, again, holding up in their base. I don't blame them because the long-range artillery with nukes attached to them is coming online, and that's the main focus. We have the YOLO, speaking of which, for Team 1 almost done. So we're going to have 3 game enders, excuse me, on the map. 2 of the same, and then a new one to make an appearance. Shielding, fine for now for Team 2. Definitely needs more, especially protecting that Scathis there. This Scathis at 50%-ish. Slowly being built in that mountain, or that hill there, but hey, if it works. I find it funny when you can build a donut halfway inside of a mountain. It's just, all you see is, like, why is there half a donut here? Oh, because the other half's in the mountain, because that makes sense. Another YOLO is inbound. We have artillery also inbound from Team 2. Yep, right there. Second one has been started immediately after the first. Definitely needs more shielding there. Needs a little more salt. And we have 4. Well, that's an interesting config of nukes I don't think I've ever seen. We have 4 in a nice little plus sign, nice little diamond shape. I guess plus sign would be this, so not one there. More of a diamond shape, but that's a lot of nuke power. Not a YOLO, but still a lot of nuke power. I think that's more for depleting all of the SMDs, I think is the goal of that. I don't like how these are sitting here in Waffles noob space, given the fact that Team 2 has been launching artillery / nukes at this position for a while now. Oh, actually, YOLO goes over here. Looks like Team 2 wanted to win, or BRS wanted to win somewhere else, and he does actually snipe Sodani because of that. Granted, I mean, kaboom, but his base was already in tatters. He was rebuilding as we speak, so he wasn't really a threat. So, I mean, that's nice for Team 2 because they wipe a play off the board, making it a 5v5 even game now, but it wasn't like they wiped out another base with somebody in it. It was just a player. I don't know. Was that the best call? I don't know, but it does give a little bit of mass to Waffles noob, so there is that. YOLO inbound once again. Where's that nuke going? It's going that way. And the Scathis was denied, unfortunately, for Team 2. That was the one that was half done, and we do see, I think Scathis is dead, says Sodani. Launch of nukes starting to be launched here from Team 2's secondary launch platforms from Tantown. Nuke is inbound from Team 1. That's the first YOLO, I believe, from Team 1. First and second have been launched. SMD done its job. No crazy dodge nonsense from any of those SMDs. Frontline base for Team 1's Frost Monster will go down. I don't think any of the crabs will die. I think they were outside of range. But the whole base dies. So there's that. More mass wiped off the map for Team 1. It's about even game now, 2.9 to 2.9. We have more spy planes inbound. Team 2 going to get a readout. That's a lot of SMDs, my good man. A lot of SMDs. Might be an argument to be made about targeting the shielding. Sorry, the P-gens for Team 1 to take out the shielding. He's at 31,000 plus. That's 10 there. That's 10 there. That's 10 there. That's 10. That's 40 there. 45,000. So I mean, you could target that and wipe out a ton of the shielding. But again, if you, to be fair, if you wipe out all the power, then you can't really load SMDs. So there's that whole thing. But that's a little bit more for artillery than nukes. But if it works, first and second impact successfully, so nuke is down, but again, they only have one set of payloads left. The next YOLO will be the last one they can deal with. Still, so many strats starting to run around, so many gunships running around. They're just not doing anything with them. No nuking me, plays this Frost Monster. He's like, don't nuke me, don't nuke me, don't nuke me, bro. I mean, he does have a couple of SMDs. And another YOLO is inbound. They're going to be saying my name the entire rest of the cast, I would surmise. Ooh, that SMD. It's going to be enough, but it's getting closer and closer to that bank of nukes. Does Team 1 know about that? They do know about that, so they're going to target that. Yep. Oh, look. Speaking of which, we have Scathai inbound, or Scathis shots inbound. Scathai shots inbound? I think it's Scathai shots inbound. That's probably the way to put that. Shielding is being assisted. But again, do you assist the SMD or do you assist the shielding? It's kind of a rock and a hard place. Point defense nuke coming online for Team 2. Another set of 3 chickens and a fat boy. I feel like that's maybe like a, like a Chick-fil-A or something, chicken sandwich order for somebody, because it's like the same thing twice now. We have 3 chicken sandwiches and one ice cream sandwiches, a nice little dessert there. We have a regular nuke inbound. If you launch, you might as well launch the nukes while you got them, because there might not be enough time to launch all of them all at the same time. We have another, again, set inbound. SMDs are going to get, slightly depleted, but nothing too bad. And there goes the YOLO right in front of the forces from Team 1. Kaboom! Wipes out the fat boy. Another YOLO inbound. Is that a regular nuke? No, that's a YOLO nuke. Really driving the point home of, no, you can't assault me on land, kill me with Scathite, or kill me with artillery. You're not hitting me. Or YOLOs, you're not killing me with land units. That's not what's happening. Shielding, not looking good. And there's 2 inbound from Team 2 now. There's 1 and 2, and the third one started. 50 minutes on the clock. Only 1 player has died from each team. So Donnie from Team 1 and Buggyman of Team 2. 5v5, and Nuke is inbound. YOLO, speaking of which, is inbound. Oh, that crab is dead. That crab is probably dead. And we have Team 2's striking on the front line with cloaking and laser, trying to defend that western front of the middle. Now that we have 2 YOLOs going off pretty much simultaneously. Kaboom! Or that's more of a kaboom, and that's more of a kaboom. I don't know what that this required more than average 20-minute game. So it was good. It's also -3. Well, currently it's for me a -1. Small downside, says Waffles Noob. Is there a Billy nuke that went off? I don't see a player dead anywhere. I thought I heard a regular nuke explosion, but I could be wrong. We have 2 in the skies right now. This one's going southward. That SMD should be depleted by now, which it is. And it's probably going to grab those regular nukes here shortly. Western Front's going for man units, which again is nice to deal with, but the problem is you're not going after bases, you're not depleting the SMDs. It's giving Team 1 time to rebuild or reload them, build more of them. Oh, 1 does fire at the last second, but too late. The nukes are definitely within range, and with their volatile explosions, they'll probably clip one another. So that'll be the end of that nuke bank from Team 2. Probably should have built more SMDs, but hindsight, 2020 and whatnot. There it goes. A couple of SACUs died in the explosion as well. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, he took some damage, but looks like he survived. Took some damage in the unthing, but took a lot of damage. Good thing I didn't miss that, because I saw 2 chicken ion storms next to a common and went, last time that happened, that player died. So, let me go check. And I was like, oh, he's fine. No, mostly fine. Another YOLO inbound. Artillery now focusing on either the YOLO or the air grid or both. Probably both. 51 minutes on the clock and climbing. Team 2's YOLO. Sorry, YOLO. Team 2 Scathis is progressing, but Team 1 has one online, which is helping maybe eliminate all of the a little bit more annoyances for Team 1. First and second is down. Ooh. Was that a wasted SMD? I think that was a wasted SMD. That's unfortunate. And artillery is now online for Tantal. That's number 3 or 4. That's number 4 online. Another YOLO inbound in that position. Probably should move. Don't want to be standing next to anything volatile or possible nuke locations. Artillery transferred over to BRS, who's leading the artillery, just so he could micro that a little bit better. Not a little bit better, but just kind of incorporate that in the artillery shells that he's already launching at locations. And it looks like it's, I mean, it is the YOLO, but it might be focused a little bit more on the air grid, or it could just be the circle that where the artillery could land. And Scathis shots are inbound. ASF trying to distract or trying to block. First one, and no second. Oh, that might be a dead calm for Team 2's Tantal. It's going to be close, but I don't think he'll make it. Oh, let's see. Well, the shield, obviously everything underneath the shield here is definitely dead. This goes SMDs, artillery coming in to say hi. And Strikey is defeated by Frost Monster. He walked up to see some Megawas up close and died. And there were spy planes that flew over top and he died. That's unfortunate. But it does happen. He does survive. Tantal survives, but nothing else under that shield that was with him, pretty much. That maybe some of those SACUs, but that's about it. No, I don't know why he walked in. Maybe he just didn't see the... Maybe he didn't see the... Maybe just... I don't know, maybe he thought Team 1 didn't have spy planes overhead, but... That's another kill for Team 2, dropping this game to a 4v5 in favor of Team 1 once again. And there was some comment made by Dr. Soviet. Lag game. Mass being sent over to Hybrid, probably to load the YOLO. Or maybe build more shielding, one or the other. Ooh, hits right next door to Hybrid. I mean, he's not dead, but speaking of which, he gets hit again. Shield pops back online. Another shield goes offline. Ooh. That's not looking good for Team 1's YOLO. Ooh, SMD goes down. Shielding is on, off, on, off, on, off. That's an unlucky shot from Team 2. And he's still fine. He's back up into the yellow now, but he was close to death, Hybrid, or he still is, actually. Western side, we have some units now breaching the base on the side for Psyche, for Strikey. Maybe that emissary is helping out a little bit. Shields are back online, it looks like, but ooh, that was, I think one more good shot and that would have been the death of Hybrid. We do see a little bit of gaps in shielding, which has been expanded upon by the fact that more shots are inbound. So yes, it is P-gens. Ooh, a little bit of cascade there. A little bit more cascade there. How's his power? Should be about half depleted. We saw. Ooh, he's getting some overflow. So he's staying positive, but not super great. Another shot inbound. It's another P-gen. So that air grid is cut relatively in half, if not more. Another section of base is dead for Team 2. Kaboom! The artillery's still alive for now. How's the Scathis doing? It's in the yellow. Kill this air, says Waffles new. And YOLO, kaboom. There's just a lot of kabooms this game, so apologies if I don't hit every single one. Another YOLO inbound, shielding, still holding for now. More shielding being built to just cover the gaps for now. Nah, I'd say it's not looking good for Team 2 in some ways, but it's also not looking for Team 1 in other ways. Looks like the Scathis is now the target. See, again, changing targets. Maybe they can kill off the Scathis, but again, this gives Team 1's Hybrid time to rebuild. What is up with the mass FAF farm up here? That is definitely interesting. But anyway, well, that looked green for a second, which was weird, but okay. It looked green. Maybe it's just because of the hologram, probably. Nah. Not great. Scathis missing all of the protection there. Looks like the artillery, same thing. It's more shielding for now, but Pigeons are getting hit by Scathis fire. Shielding is trying to be assisted heavily. More shielding is going to be built. We have the Scathis that's almost in the green, so maybe it'll be a two-game ender situation, but another YOLO inbound from Team 1. It's just barely. Hey, look, we have a little bit of a transport hover. And look, the Scathis is moving, so hey, that's something. Don't tell me you move like 2 inches and that's it. Are you going further south? Looks like he's going further south, maybe in this position. Or he's actually going this way. More shielding is actually being built by Rayla as kind of a nice welcome wagon. So they noticed the shielding wasn't going to be enough and decided to move to a different location. They've already moved to one location before, so might as well move to another one at this point. YOLO still's inbound for both Team 1 and Team 2. There's one down the middle from Team 1. There's this one inbound from Team 2. Don't drive, Scathis. Keep shooting, says Waffles. Nuke is inbound from Rayla, just a regular one. More shielding has been built. Transport still hovering over the Scathis because why not? It's not going to help against the Nuke, but it might help against artillery. How's the artillery for here? YOLO lands in the middle of a decent amount of SMDs. Ooh, that's not going to be good. Oh, wipes out some P-gens. It looks like Team 2's eco. It's 1.9 to 3.1. It's 5v4. It's -1 on the sim speed. This is definitely an epic game, even though if it doesn't last an hour. There's a bank of artillery built by Team 1's Waffles. Again, they laxed on Waffle Noob's position, and he got 2 artilleries online, and that might help eliminate this little battery of artillery for Team 2. And if this goes down, that might be game. I mean, there is a YOLO, like I said, so it's 1-1. Actually, no, it's 2 game enders to 2, so maybe not. But again, it's the power consumption requirements. It's the mass production for Team 2 that's really hurting them because they've lost multiple sections of base, whether it's P-gens and mass fabs and whatnot, plus just facilities in general. Team 1 isn't really harping on them not invading with land units. They're just doing it with yellow dots and a big giant yellow and red, or sorry, yellow and black dot in the
Strategic
YOLO
launch
variety. But
detected.
if they wipe out all the SMDs, ooh, a little bit of damage, but it's still fine. Not looking good. Another shot inbound, hits right above that P-gen. That's fine for now. Oh, Scathers volley inbound. Shields aren't even really. Oh, they're back online now, but there goes a P-gen. There goes one artillery piece.
Strategic
There goes the
launch
second
detected.
artillery piece, and then the third one that leaves just the YOLO and the Scathis remaining. 57 minutes on the clock. Scathis still not dead. Nuke is not dead. BRS and the remainder of Team 2 recall. Seeing the few. There's Babel. GG's in the chat from Team 1. And that is going to be it. I mean, even given the fact that Team One's Hybrid took a beating there. He still has the YOLO under decent protection. We have actually more shielding coming on line for Babel. We have the Scathis, who's still online, heavily assisted, of course, by Rayla. Team Two maybe could have lasted maybe another, I don't know, five. I'd say maybe, oh, they're building another Scathis. Maybe 7 minutes, but they have minimal SMD coverage. They have some here. They have a couple there. They have a decent amount there that wasn't blown up. They have a couple more kind of dotted around, but they really don't have the SMD coverage that Team One has at this point. And we have all of the strap bombers over here, which could now have a nice little vector into maybe going after a couple significant targets, maybe just SMD targets and be done with it. That could be a possibility. Gunships as well. There's a lot of eye on the artillery. So we had 1, 2 artillery pieces plus a regular nuke. Plus another, there was another Scathis. That was second Scathis. Oh yeah, that's a lot of firepower for Team One to bring to bear, and shielding will only last so long under 2 Scathi plus multiple emissaries, or just T3 in general. So it was Team One's game to win at that point, regardless. But I think Team Two maybe could have lasted just a little while longer. But that's just my opinion, of course. MVPs for me, I think it goes all around for everybody. I think the main MVP is teamwork. We had a lot of assistance over here. Like I said, one player built the Scanthus, one built all the shielding. Over here to the east, we had one player built the YOLO, built most of the shielding, but we had more shielding coming in from Babel. And then we had a little bit of S&B overlap here. That I think actually those SMDs saved Waffles base, to be fair. So nice assistance there. And essentially, it was just kind of a rough overlap for the most part of just this huge section. I like how there's just a blank spot pretty much right there, but just a huge section of Team One is just pretty close to one another. Some shields overlapping, some not. We're even seeing some shielding up there to the north just to get something up there covering that Scathis, but definitely a lot of collaboration going on for Team One. Same thing for Team Two down here. We have a little bit of collaboration here, Southwest, but I don't think it was as prevalent for Team Two, and maybe that was part of their downfall. But a lot of things could have been their downfall. So let me know in the comments if you have a couple ideas. Thanks so much for watching the very end of the video. Again, apologies for that mini little cut. Didn't mean to push the Windows key, and again, in my other setup, the Windows key is disabled when I have a replay. I need to find a way to do that, but I haven't thought of it right now. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Do again the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.